Hey guys. I'm doing a couple things today. I don't know if anyone's bored. They want to see what we're up to. We had installed this door hardware, and it's a narrow style on the doors, so there's only so many door handles that are going to work in this situation, and you're close to your door stop with the handle. A regular door handle won't work on this particular door because it's all glass and it's only so much width. So what we did is we got those are Andersons, and those are actually for storm doors, and they work nice. Honestly, they work nice. They close nice. They latch nice. They lock nice. You can see this one here, and see? Just gotta do a little touch up because where the other hardware was for the door, it was panic hardware that came across the door, and so a little bit touching up here and there, but nice hardware. And I think those are only like $60, and that's with the handle set. It's got the striker latch, and it has the mortise that goes inside. It has all the mechanism in there. And you can just flip the latch. The latch flips over. You take this screw off, and take the plate off and flip it the way you want, left or right hand swing doors. Anyways, we started on some of our plumbing stuff. We got to get this thing going, so we got to get our ruff-ins going. So typically, your framing all goes in first, your walls and everything else, and then before you start doing wiring and stuff, or any of the hot and cold water feed stuff, you work your drains. So drains and vents, because those things are predetermined by gravity, and they pretty much got to go where they got to go, because you got to have pitch, and those kind of like push the other ones aside, so they take like the front row seat, the drains. So this is where we end up putting this wall-hung toilet. Originally we weren't really even sure what we were going to do in this corner. I think way back I was talking about putting the vanity there, but then you don't have mirrors when you have a vanity in front of a window. So that idea was scratched, and then when you opened up this door to get into the bathroom, you had a side of a cabinet in your face. So that idea went out. So then we had laid this out, and then it was kind of pushing this area too much, and the toilet originally we had way over here, so it was kind of near this area. So we moved this toilet down. Now this is the third time we've moved the location. We just got the carrier yesterday, so we're going to finally move it exactly where we wanted it to. So we did it the last time, and then we put the carriage where it belongs. So pretty much it's nice to have your carriage, so you kind of can get an idea of your framing, even though the thing specs out what you need for rough framing. And then it's simple. The legs adjust, you get the height you want. This particular toilet we had set at, it's a Veil by Kohler, and we set it at the toilet seat to be at 17 inches off the finished floor. So you figure out working off where the toilet mounts, and then usually there's a spec on from the mount to the top of the toilet. This particular one is 2 15/16 from the center of these carrying bolts to the top of the toilet, and then you allow for your seat if you want to. But they're pretty simple. They're kind of a neat thing, because you can keep the toilet off the floor, and it makes more space, and you can clean. And we're gonna have radiant heat in the floor, so it allows for radiant heat to pass underneath and then heat the toilet, because radiant heat heats objects. So it kind of makes sense for us to do a wall hung. And then it's just typical framing, and then it gets lagged in on the bottom. And then this is your drain. These are the ruff-in plates, so you don't you don't get any debris in your plumbing. When you flush, that's where the water comes out and goes into the toilet. And it's a dual flush. It's a I think it's 1.8 and a 0.9. So these are the flush valves here. One is the 0.8, 0.9, and then this one is the 1.8, the gallons. And then, you know, this one's kind of an, I think these guys make one, these guys make the ones for Toto too. So if you buy a Toto, this is the guy making it. So then it mounts in here with big lags, and it mounts up above the framing here. And that's it pretty much. Make sure you plumb. This is the fill valve. It just sets in here and then connects up, but we're just doing the supply now, and then it connects up here. There's your shut-off there when you want a pressure test. And this discussion plate comes on after your finishes are done. So, but they give templating, so we're gonna end up doing teak in this area at that height, and then probably marble too. So, but we got 1/2-inch plywood going on there, and then the teak goes on top of that. So these things here help line you up where you got to cut out, so you don't have any funny cuts around these things. You can cut them in tight, like you cut it in tight to this. And then we'll insulate this wall. And now that drains are going to be below, so we're going to have a lineal drain here. And then we'll have, because we're working in between the floor joist bays below, so rather than cut some big holes through the floor joists, we're going to run in the bay, and so the linear drain will drain out here, and there'll be a 3-inch main line coming down here, and then we can tie back a vent through these walls here. This will be a vent for the shower, the lineal drain, and then the vent for the toilet will be over here, and then we'll tie back in our main vent lines there. That's just temporary, that thing there. That's our vent line there. And then, so we can do a sweep 90 into a TY, so the water doesn't splash, and kind of like a water slide. You got to keep that water moving. If you're in the water, you got to keep it moving with you. You don't want it splashing, and then you're going to make a block. So we go down, tie in below, stay in the bay, and then run this line down. And then it's nice, well, we like to lay it out is so the shower is always constantly washing out the drain pipe on the other side of the toilet. So when the toilet flushes, and who knows, things could get a little messy in there, you'll always shower and wash it out. So we like doing that. We put the shower on the other side of the toilet. Another thing we like doing in the layout of the bathrooms is to have the back end of your plumbing fixtures sharing a closet wall. So, but if you guys can do that with your layout, when you lay out your bathrooms, you have closets on the other side of your fixtures, it's nice, because if there was ever a problem, I know the tank is a lifetime, but you don't know. If there's an issue, you always could just get at it, no problem, from a closet, the inside of a closet, and just cut the drywall. You have total access to it, rather than try to dig through marble or your finishes in a bathroom is not fun. Same with this shower. The mixing valve is going to be right here on the back side of this closet. You ever had to get at it, got your drywall, do your repair, and patch it back, you're good. Anyways, that's it, guys. Just sharing some of our rough-ins. And now we started drilling out for our water cold, because our cold supplies coming up here 3/4 to the mixing, and we could just tee off and feed this toilet right up through here. We had to actually cut the track back, because this door actually comes and stops right at this wall to get this 30-inch door in this wall. The door comes here, so we couldn't be any lower, or else the door would be hitting the pipe. So the pipe goes up above the track, and comes down and feeds will be drilling through and tying in right there. Alright guys, that's it for now. We'll share as we go, but anyways, if anyone's doing a wall hung toilet, they're really not that bad, honestly, and they're not that crazy price wise. This was like, oh, this was like 300 with delivery, so it was like 2 something and then 300 for this, and then the toilet we picked out as like a toilet seat and toilet are like 400. So you can get fancier toilets. Like I know this branching here is for the same type of toilet with all the bells and whistles. This is for like with a bidet. You can have a bidet on the toilet too, but I think that's what these particular things are for. And that toilet has electricity there for sensors and who knows, lights and whatever. But yeah, there's the make of this particular one, the Sigma dual flush. And then there's a little spec detail. If you want to make your drain start on your Y, you can tie it in like that. It swivels. This is just a carriage. It just clips into the carriage, and it's pretty simple. The directions are pretty simple. All right, guys. That's it. That's the beginnings of our plumbing. We're gonna get going on the selenial drain next, and then we can start tying in our lines. Get our vents going. Drain for the tub, and then drains for the two bay sink and vents. Alright guys, that's it. Just sharing how we're doing, how we're making out. We got going, so get all our plumbing tools up here now. We're gonna start doing some plumbing. Alright guys, till the next one. Take it easy.